Meet Mike. Mike is the textbook model citizen. He grew up hearing exactly the same lessons you did. Save for a rainy day, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, skip the latte. So Mike stayed disciplined. He worked as an engineer for 45 straight years. He drove second-hand cars. He lived in a modest home. He maxed out his 401k contributions every single year. While his friends backpacked through Europe in their 20s, Mike stayed behind and invested the cash. When his family pushed for a kitchen remodel in their 40s, Mike replied, "Not now, we have to stay secure." At 65, Mike finally retired with a net worth of $2.5 million. He had done it. He had won the game. Then the unthinkable struck. Just 2 years into retirement, Mike suffered a devastating stroke. The next 3 years were spent in and out of hospitals, unable to walk, unable to travel, unable to enjoy any of the things he had deferred for 45 years. He passed away at 70. When the estate executor checked his accounts, the balance stood at $2.8 million. The market had climbed while he was ill. Society looks at Mike and says, "Incredible! He died a millionaire. What a success!" But when I look at Mike, I see a tragedy. I see a man who poured tens of thousands of hours into stress, commutes, and sacrifices for money he never actually touched. In the economics of life, Mike didn't win, he lost. He burned 45 years of vitality piling up chips he never redeemed. My name is Alex, and today we're diving into the most provocative, uncomfortable, yet mathematically solid idea in personal finance: die with zero. Popularized by Bill Perkins, this philosophy says your target shouldn't be to keep inflating your net worth until your final breath. Your real target should be to reach the end of your life with your bank account at exactly zero. If you leave $100,000 behind, that isn't a safety cushion. That's unpaid labor. That's time you gave to an office instead of your children. It feels frightening, I know. We're wired to hoard. But stay with me. I'm going to walk you through the math of life energy, the science of memory dividends, and why being the wealthiest body in the cemetery is the ultimate failure of resource allocation. Smash the like button if you're ready for some existential discomfort, and let's get started. The first mindset shift is realizing what money truly represents. We treat it like the finish line. We feel a rush every time our net worth tracker ticks higher. But money isn't the destination, it's a tool. It's a battery storing your finite life energy. You exchange your limited, irreplaceable hours for dollars. If you trade 2,000 hours of existence for $100,000 and then die without spending it, you didn't merely save, you essentially gave those 2,000 hours away for nothing. You became a servant to a spreadsheet entry that disappeared the instant your heart stopped. This leads us to the real utility curve of money and where conventional financial advice collapses. Traditional advice pretends a dollar spent at any age has identical value. That's biologically wrong. Picture 3 people. Person A is 25, person B is 45, person C is 85. I hand each of them $10,000 and say, "Spend this on a ski trip to the Swiss Alps." The 25-year-old seizes the chance. He tackles black runs, crashes in a lively hostel, meets strangers, dances until dawn. The joy he extracts from that $10,000 is enormous. The 45-year-old enjoys it too, but his knees complain. He chooses a comfortable hotel because hostels no longer appeal. Work emails nag at him. Still solid utility, just noticeably lower. Now the 85-year-old. Skiing is likely impossible. High altitude may be dangerous. That $10,000 might buy nothing more than hot cocoa in a lodge while he watches others have fun. Same amount of money, but the happiness it delivers has collapsed dramatically with age. This is biology's harsh truth. Your capacity to turn dollars into memorable experiences shrinks as you grow older. Life has 3 key resources: health, time, and money. In your 20s, you have health and time but little money. In your 50s, you have money and health but little time. In your 80s, you have money and time, but almost no health. The die with zero approach says excessive saving for your 80s is irrational because that future self has the lowest consumption power. You're stockpiling for a version of you that can't play anymore. So why do we hoard anyway? Two main drivers: fear of outliving our money and the desire to leave something for the kids. First, the fear of running out. It's the strongest mental barrier. Alex, I don't want to eat cat food at 90. I need that million for security. I understand, longevity risk is legitimate. Hitting zero at 75 and then living to 95 would be brutal. But die with zero doesn't mean zero the day you retire. It means zero the day you die. The smart hedge isn't hoarding, it's annuities and long-term care insurance. Terrified of living too long? Hand a lump sum to an insurer. They guarantee monthly checks until your last day, whether that's 82 or 112. That's efficient risk management. Keeping an extra $500,000 just in case ties up capital that could have funded a family adventure or sabbatical when your body could still enjoy it. Now the kids. The most frequent pushback. I want to leave a legacy for my children. Beautiful intention, but the numbers show we're timing it poorly. The typical person receives an inheritance around age 60. If you pass at 85, your kids are probably in their late 50s or 60s. Do they truly need your money then? Usually not. Mortgages are paid, careers are winding down, grandkids are older. A sudden windfall at 60 rarely reshapes their life. It's just extra pocket money. Contrast that with giving at 30. At 30, that same money can be transformative. A home down payment in a good area, startup capital for a business, relief from suffocating student loans. Die with Zero says, include your children in the zero plan. Deliver their inheritance while you're still breathing, when it can actually change their trajectory. Give with a warm hand, not a cold one. You witness the difference you make. That joy is selfish in the best way. Don't deny yourself that reward. So how do we actually live this? How do we break the autopilot saving habit? Enter memory dividends. We often view experiences as ephemeral. You spend, you return, the money vanishes. Wrong. Experiences are investments. A transformative trip through Europe, learning guitar, taking the family to Disney. These memories pay dividends forever. You relive them at dinner tables, flip through photos, smile at the story of missing that train in Florence. Like stock market compounding, memory dividends grow over decades. Do the trip at 25 and you collect 60 years of dividends. Postpone to 65 and you get maybe 15. Mathematically, delaying joyful experiences destroys their lifetime return. Forget the classic bucket list. It usually collects dust until you're too frail for half the items. Switch to time buckets. Sketch your remaining life in 5-year blocks, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, and so on. Assign each dream to the specific window where it fits best. Skiing in Japan? Perfect for 30 to 40. Your knees will protest in the 70 to 80 block. Reading every classic novel? Save that for 70 to 80. Camping trips with young kids? That narrow window before they turn into teenagers who'd rather die than join you, slot it into 35 to 45. Once you map it out, the truth hits hard. You're running out of time, not money. You must spend now to lock in those memories before the window slams shut. Most of us master accumulation. Spending? We're terrible at it. There's a psychological inflection point where net worth should peak and begin declining, often in the late 40s or early 50s, far sooner than most realize. If you're 55 and your wealth is still climbing annually, you're effectively working for free. You already won, yet you keep running on the treadmill past the finish line because you don't know how to get off. Calculate your survival number, the amount needed for basics plus healthcare through age 95. Everything above that isn't savings anymore. It's spendable capital. It must be used or gifted or it's wasted. Audit yourself right now. If you died today, what's your account balance? Say it's $60,000. Ask, what experiences did I refuse this year to protect that $60,000? Did you skip the destination wedding? Book the brutal 16-hour layover flight? Tell your daughter no to piano lessons? If today were your last, that $60,000 becomes a silent tribute to the moments you sacrificed. I'm not advocating recklessness. If you're in debt, struggling with bills, or haven't built an emergency fund, this isn't your phase yet. Focus on survival and building first. But if you're a chronic saver, if you've already hit coast fire, if guilt hits every time you spend, this message is for you. The point of life isn't posting the highest score when the game ends. The point is to actually play. Mike's tragedy wasn't death. We all die. His tragedy was postponing life for a tomorrow that never came. He exchanged his healthiest decades for a surplus that ended up as a line item on a spreadsheet. Don't aim to be richer. Find your number, buy the experiences, hand money to your kids while they can still use it. Stack memory dividends. Your true legacy isn't the balance in your account, it's the memories etched in the people you loved and the ones you carry inside. Die with zero regrets. Die with zero wasted hours. Die with zero. If this idea unsettled you even slightly or nudged you to finally book that trip you've delayed, hit the like button. I'm Alex, and I want you to be rich in life, not just on paper. Subscribe for more ways to rethink the system, and I'll catch you in the next one.